it's an executive order, which the CS can deal with. But you can also do as a write-up on it so that members can see a way which can, if it is something that will help the NCA department to work very well, we will just consider it. So do a write-up. Mheshimiwa Kakai.
Thank you, Chair. What the CEO is doing is telling us what is not able to collect. But my question is what you're able to collect. Quick question. 21,620 contractors regulated. What is an average they pay?
Thank you, Chair. I want to confirm that we have 8 categories in terms of category of contractors. Number 1, category 1 is the highest level contractor, where even the foreign contractors who qualify to join category 1 get registered. Category 8 is the lowest level contractor, which is just an SME. For a new registration, category 1 will pay 100,000 Kenya shillings per license. For a renewal, for already a registered contractor, category 1 will pay 30,000 Kenya shillings. Category 8 is the lowest level and will pay 5,000 for new registration, as well as for renewal, 2,500. So it varies in between those figures. Chair, in the presentation that the PS will be making, we have indicated there that our projection for 2023-2024 from that revenue stream of licensing of contractors is 926 million proposed to be collected. The remainder will be supported through the GOK. Thank you.
You can see 900 million. Then when you come to skilled workers, 102,000 on average, you're able to fit your budget. So that's why we need to understand your revenue stream on what you're collecting, how much exactly it is, so that as we move forward, we know how to balance, because we are here to crack numbers. It's about budgets, about defending the budgets, because we also ask these questions.
Mr. Chairman, class 1, category 1, paying 30,000. How long have you been charging 30,000? You are telling us you are giving a contractor of high value, 10 billions, right? You are charging him only 30,000. It doesn't add up. I think you need to change that. You need to change that. It's too literal. Let's be serious. We are giving these people a lot of comfort. Actually, you find the man you are charging class 2, category 2, where the upcoming contractors are. If you check, really, you are straining them. But even that is still too little as far as I'm concerned. We can make more money.
And the retention fund also, the interest on the retention fund, exactly. How much is it?
What members are suggesting is that you should be able to fund yourself. Yeah. You should not be running to government to ask for money. You should be able to fund yourself because of those levies and whatever.
Chair, is possible with all the regulations opened up for our revenue stream to come through. Thank you.
We also agreed as members of Parliament that regulations that you people want to make, you don't just make those regulations and pass them yourselves and implement them. Let them pass through Parliament so that it becomes enforceable by law. Thank you. Yes.
Well guided there.
I think we are opening up a can of worms. So, Mheshimiwa, let's just be brief so that we allow...
Thank you, Chair. Please allow me to speak because I was formerly the ED at NCA. Prior to 2017, NCA was fully funding itself. In fact, as at 2017, we had deposits of excess of 2 billion shillings. Then came the executive order, which asked us to stop collecting the construction levy. Secondly, and I want to answer Mheshimiwa Kakai's answer, construction workers who previously paid a fee were also exempted. So the registration of skilled workers is free. And so the revenue streams, whereas in a year we're targeting about 4 billion shillings, came down to about 500 million shillings. And that is why we came back to the exchequer at that time. Previously, I want to confirm that NCA was self-supporting. Secondly, to answer Mheshimiwa Rutikiri's question, it is this Parliament that actually capped the fees on contractors. I remember when we made the regulations, the committee then insisted that even 100,000 was a high figure. And I think we can help them, now that we are here, to make them self-sustaining by looking at the fees.
Mheshimiwa Manduku, you are a member of Parliament. I know there is a calling, of course, but you are a member of Parliament before anything else. But thank you all the same for the information. I think there is a vital information Mheshimiwa has given us, that before the executive order was issued, you used to be able to sustain yourself and have an excess of even up to 2 billion. I want us to relook, and I think we will have a sitting with you and Mheshimiwa, and maybe the CS, so that we can relook at who are we trying to save. You see, when the order was issued, that we stop getting levies from contractors, you say? I mean, skilled. Yeah, we'll just look at who are these skilled workers, so that we just separate the hustlers and maybe those we know are able to pay. We don't just exempt everybody. Yeah, we just exempt those we know. These are struggling Kenyans. But those who've been doing big and huge contracts, like what the Vice Chair said, please, let's relook at that so that you can be able to sustain yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
I can see the PS, but hatujafika kwako. Or you want to help?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. The question that was asked on EPCO touched a little bit on housing as well. And luckily, we received a report from the constituent ministry. And so I had requested for it because it laid a bit of facts. And essentially what it says is that this particular building is completed, is excellent, and it is in use. It did not collapse. During the construction, there was a beam. A beam fell and hit one of the workers. And that person, unfortunately, passed away. Then the other one, in the panic, jumped because I think they were painting the building. Jumped. So it was an accident. And the ministry has actually said that article was alarming and very misleading. We have written to NCA ourselves. We have written to also DCI. We wrote to the ministry as well, so that we can be able to separate facts from maybe some sensational reporting. But I just thought, because you are dealing with it, and we have the report, which you had also asked us to submit it as well, is to show that there is something that we are doing, and not to cover up anything. We want to get to the truth, because Chairman, also why truth is important is when now it comes to the housing side, that person is actually making an investment. It is not exchequer. There is nowhere government is paying him. And when such a report comes out, and they are expected to actually sell those units to the market, those units will not be sold. So sometimes, while we hold them to account, some information which is not true also ends up doing more damage, because those houses will be built and they will not be sold. But we are well on track to provide you a very comprehensive report. And all this information we are receiving, we shall submit it. And then just the last part is that the person, because they have even attached, I saw this report yesterday, they've even attached the insurance reports. Because remember, in every construction site, you must have insurance. Because accidents do happen. It's a concomitant of construction, that accident may happen. And what they do is that they insist there must be insurance. There was insurance, and the insurance compensated fully the family. Of course, you cannot compensate life, but at the very least, what we are supposed to do in terms of when a building collapses, when there's an accident on site, it was all done. So, Chair, I just wanted to just supplement that.
Thank you, Bwana Pierce. I had specifically said we are dealing with public works because I knew a question will come back later to you when you come to that side. But all the same, you have chipped in. What is very important is, like we have said, we want the truth, because these are contractors we are dealing with going forward. And like you said, if it is not cleared whether the contractor or whether the allegations were untrue, if it is not cleared, just like you've said, even if these people are building with their own money, they are building on government land, on public land, which of course
it's not public land. The particular one is not public land, but we'll get to it when we in our session.
Well, you will tell us that one, but I'm saying, Smush.
Yeah, I think the PS is coming with a very touching point, because when we come to that, because you have the report, are you ready to present the report during your time for presentation? Is it possible?
We can table the report because we have received it. We have, and just what the ED for National Construction said, we have requested various reports because there are various actors. This is the ministry that had hired them because it was I think it was a TVET college they were building. So we have received that. We have also written to the DCI because where there is a fatality, it becomes a matter for investigation. So we have also requested that. Maybe perhaps we will be guided by this committee. This one we were just giving for purposes of just clarification to say we have started to receive the reports, but maybe allow us to receive all of them. Then we can submit them so that, if we submit them in piecemeal, it may not be able to give you the complete picture.
Yes. But make sure in your report, when it has to be complete. But it cannot be complete without the clearance of NCA. Isn't that the department that deals with clearing whether this was an accident or this was a collapsed building or this was a shed work? Isn't that you?
Yeah, Chair, it's us through an inquiry which we are currently conducting. When we conclude, we'll give the recommendations. Thank you.
When PS clear all that report and then present it so that it also be made clear that the building did not collapse or it collapsed, so that it can also clear. You see when the media pick it, media are also very serious investigators. They are not just, they don't just allege. They also do their investigation. And they are also oversighting you, other than members of parliament. So we all work together. That is why we allow the members to be in this particular session. So when they pick it, it is only unfortunate that they are the first to pick it before you. I mean, the NCA. You're the ones who are supposed to pick that information. That is why I was asking, what technology do you have to monitor the buildings that is going on in the whole country? You should have picked that. But anyway, let's proceed.
But Chair, before they proceed, maybe some clarification. If I listen to you carefully, Bwana PS, you said the building was at the point of painting and the beam came down. So if a building is at that point of being painted, that means it's a complete building. So how come at the point of painting, a beam comes down? That means the house was ready for occupation. That's why it was being painted, and then a beam came down, and then another fundi jumped. Thank you, Chair.
Chair, there are photos to that effect. It was not completed, and even there's a photos that shows the collapsed beam. So I think that all that report will be given to you for consumption and also to get to it. But it's a report I received late last evening. I was not aware it was going to come up, but I have sent for it. But we are happy to present it when all the other reports are ready.
Please get us a complete report, a full report that has everything. Thank you. Proceed, yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. There were issues raised on public confidence erosion on public works and incomplete projects. That was raised by Honorable Manduku and Honorable Gashobe, and I request the PS Public Works to handle that, and also handle the issues of the common user items that we procure under the State Department.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, and honorable members and CS and all the team present here. I want to start with the supplies branch, which procures common user items for the entire government. As you check key policy number 3 on general administration and planning and support services, we have procurement of framework agreements for common user items. It is true, initially, the supplies branch used to procure for the entire government before the coming of the Public Procurement and Disposal Act. The Public Procurement and Disposal Act allowed state departments to procure on their own. But even with that, supplies branch still procures common user items. But we have the focus now is on how to reform supplies branch and correspond with the times to embrace technology. There's been a task force which was initiated by National Treasury under the chairmanship of Magagoe, and we are in consultation with Treasury on how to ensure that the services provided by supplies branch corresponds with the market conditions. Secondly, we also have the issue of the raised issues of public confidence with public works. This has been either because we get a lot of information from our clients that maybe our projects are costly. Sometimes this is an issue which we need to confront also. We are doing a lot of consultation with our clients. Sometimes the clients come with their intent. They say what they want. Then our technical officers, of course, provide the cost. But what they don't give sometimes is their budgetary allocation, budgetary provision. So we first have to ensure that the budget is available before we initiate the projects. But this is a concerted effort that we will do as a State Department to ensure that the negative, the confidence is restored. And to this end, I would also wish that some of the questions which were asked can be answered by the technical officers which we have come with here. We have the retention fund. I'll allow the work secretary who is here to say something so that you can get a correct perspective. And also and the leather Kenya Industrial Leather Park at Kenani, which we are also supporting as a technical ministry. Thank you. Maybe Mr.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman and members.
Just a follow-up, and just a minute, just switch off.
Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Maduku.
Thank you, Chair. And please take this in good stride. We want to help you. And I want to give you a very simple exercise, Mr. PS. Go to Toyota Kenya now and ask for the price of a double cab Toyota Hilux. Compare that with the price you have at Supplies Branch. I can guarantee you that the price at Supplies Branch is higher by 200,000-300,000 shillings. And that is why many state agencies are not coming to Supplies Branch for common user facilities, for common user services. What we are saying, for you to make it work and effective, please be on top of it. It cannot be that when we procure through supplies branch, our goods and services are higher than the open market. Just do that simple exercise and bring the report to this committee, and you'll realize that your prices are much higher than the market. And that is where the problem starts.
Thank you, Bosh. Karibu.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. I'll start with the retention fund. We don't have a retention fund in place. What we have are retention deposit accounts in various state departments, an account in the Central Bank, where the deposit retention monies are kept, and it doesn't earn interest. It is not returned to the contractors as it was at the end of the contract upon the various certifications. It's only that now we are thinking of coming up with a retention fund through Treasury, where it can be made to generate interest for the contractors and also to assist them in other areas like security performance bonds and bidding bonds, so that it can be of use to them and also earn some money, because it takes up 10 years to get that money at the end of the contract period. The other one is about Kinanye. Kinanye, the project went through the normal process of authorization by NEMA, where they go through public participation. It also went through the county government and secured the necessary approvals. And we'll have to look at it, because we've not had any complaints as yet, Mheshimiwa, from the locals. So it's a matter we'll have to see whether there's any problem and how it can be handled. Because if there's a problem, then measures will have to be put in place to make sure it doesn't really have an impact. It's a project under industrialization department. The other one is about the county headquarters. We are constructing 5 county headquarters. That is Tana River, Isiolo, Tharaka Nithi, Nyandarua, and Lamu. These are the county headquarters which are in a place where there never existed an headquarter under the previous provincial administration. These are new buildings. Some like Tharaka Nithi were started by the county government of Tharaka Nithi, but they landed some financial problems and also managerial problems in terms of the contract, and they approached the national government for assistance. And then an agreement was reached at where the 5 counties were identified, and it was agreed that they be assisted by the national government to come up with the structures.